Okay, so this is going to help teach you some of the basic skills that you need for 3D printing and for 3D design. Today we're going to make a name tag. We'll start by going up to this menu here. You can see there are a whole lot of shapes you can choose from, and we're going to choose the box shape. You're just going to click and drag that somewhere onto your work plane. This large blue area here is called your work plane. When you click on the box, you'll see a menu pop up down here. We're just interested in these first two options on the menu today. This is the move one, and you can see here that this allows you to move your box up and down, left and right, forwards and backwards to anywhere that you want. Any time that you want to get your box back onto the work plane, you need to press the letter D for down, and it will put it back on there. That's important to remember for later in the tutorial. The other part of the menu that we're interested in, that's the part we're going to use now, is the Smart Scale. And this helps you to get your object to the size that you want it to be. So here we've got the box. We're going to click on this part of it. We're going to make our name tag 80mm long. We're going to make it 30mm wide. And we're going to make it 3mm high. We click the green tick to say that we have finished, and you'll see that our shape is floating up above the work plane. So again, press D for down, and that puts it onto the surface. Now before we go on to the next part, another couple of parts of the grid that you may be interested in, this here is panning. So if we click on this and then click the left mouse button, it allows us to pan around the screen. And up here, you'll see we have a box shape, which allows us to tilt the screen. You can also achieve that effect by using the right mouse button. If you kind of get out of control and you lose where you are on the screen, there's a little home button up here, which will bring you back to home. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is, because our name tag is going to be like a bag tag or a key ring, we need a hole. So we're going to come back up to the shapes, and we're going to click on the cylinder. And we'll just drag the cylinder somewhere, doesn't particularly matter where. And you're going to click on the Smart Scale button, and we're going to change the size of our cylinder to 3mm by 3mm. The height's not important, we don't need to change that at this stage, and you'll see you have a small cylinder shape. I'm now using the right mouse button just to tip my name tag so I can see it properly. And I'm going to click on my cylinder, and I'm going to move it. And I'm going to click on the yellow center button there, which helps me to move the cylinder. As you can see, it's also moved it down for some reason. And if I just go click back, you'll see it's gone underneath my name tag, which of course is not where I want it to be. So I'm just going to click D for down, and it puts it on the work plane. It takes a little bit of fiddling around to work out where you want it to be. For those of you who are really good at thinking spatially, this is a lot easier for people like me who struggle a little bit with getting things into the right place. So there we go. Go around until you're happy with where you want it to be. Make sure that you've clicked again, that you've clicked D, because you know it's touching the work plane, so it actually makes a hole through the shape. Now you're going to go up to this menu and go to where it says Subtract. Click on Subtract. Select, by clicking on it, the large part of the name tag, then select the cylinder, and then just press Enter on your keyboard. And as you can see, that has made a hole in your name tag. Just going to press the home button and get us back to the start. The last part, of course, is putting your name on the name tag. If you come up the top here, you'll see T for text. So if you click on that, and then click about 3 times, and you'll notice that a text box has come up over there. So I'm just going to move it here. Don't put it on your name tag yet. Type in the text that you want to put onto your name tag. I generally find that about a 20mm height is quite good for this size name tag. We can change the size of the name tag if your name doesn't fit. There are lots of different fonts, but not all of them can be extruded, and you'll see what I mean by extruded shortly. So in the meantime, I'm just going to leave it on the base default Arial default font. Now I'm going to click on the name, and you'll see this little menu pops up here, and I can click on Extrude Text. Now what this does is it tells the 3D printer how high you want your text to be. So at this point, my name tag is 3mm high, and so I'm going to make this 5mm high. So it sort of sits right in the name tag and pops 2 mils out. You see there, it's extruded it. So now what I'm going to do is move that onto the name tag. Now, because I've chosen to do a massive name, you can see that my name tag isn't big enough. So that's easily solved. All I need to do is click on the rectangle, come down to my smart scale, and just drag it out until my name fits on it. If you've got a short name, you may want to make the name tag slightly smaller. Now that you've done all that, all you have to do is on the keyboard go Control A, which selects all of your name tag that you've made. You can also click and drag around it all. You're going to come up to here, you're going to group it, and then you're going to come to this menu and combine it. Click on the large name tag, click on the name, and click enter on your keyboard, and that combines all of those shapes together into a nice solid object. Then if you come over to here, you're going to save it to my projects. At this point, check in with me because I'll probably need to sign in with the Hatch account, and then we'll be ready to print your name tag. Well done.